Hello, my friends, and welcome back to 1111 Outdoors. We're taking a look at the Olantern Classic Mini today. This is a very, very cool light. This is very vintage in so many ways. I look at this thing and it brings me right back to my childhood. I remember my dad taking us fishing or camping, and he had these old school Coleman lanterns that you would use this pressurization to pressurize them. This little piston that I would hear him over there after he put some fuel in it, he'd be pressurizing it, and then he'd light those elements and this thing would just glow. It'd just make this really cool sound when it ignited. That was part of my childhood and I remembered it fondly. I remember watching Dad set up the lanterns, and it was one of those things when I was a young boy that was just something that was so cool. I mean, we'd be in the dark if Dad didn't have these lanterns. And it's just one of those things I look back so fondly. And this thing does that for me. When I look at it, I think, wow, that is a classic vintage lantern design in so many ways. It just if it just had the fuel canister on the bottom, and they do make a model that does have a base on it, but I chose not to get that one because I feel that base kind of, if I want to hang this up, that base kind of blocks some of the light. I had one for a little while and I donated it to a viewer, but this one, this model is the one that I choose. And you don't really need the base, I don't think. It has this quarter 20, so you can put a tripod on it. I get these tripods off of Amazon, these little tiny ones. They come in handy for all kinds of lighting and whatnot, but you can screw that right into that quarter 20 and it'll give you a great footprint for this light and a great handle if you want to carry it like that. You could just carry it around like this, but the footprint is very nice. It's not going anywhere. Very strong. I like these little tripods. They're not the strongest in the world, but they will get the job done. And it's nice they gave us this quarter 20 so we can have whatever option we want to put in there. I have a lot of camera equipment and like an Insta 360 stick. This thing will extend extremely high. I mean, it's a long stick. So if you have one of these, you throw a tripod on the bottom of it, throw this into the base of that, you can really get your lantern up there. You can light up an entire campsite with one of these. Just a little tip. If you have camera gear, works very well with that. Any camera gear that's going to terminate with this quarter 20 will do you justice right here. And I have other tripods as well. Like I have this tripod that I use for when I'm sighting in rifles and whatnot. This tripod's a really nice tripod for that, and it's beefy. Like if you didn't want it to look so like that little petite tripod that I just put on there, kind of makes it look a little soft. So you put this big beefy tripod on there, and it looks much more beefy, I guess. One of those image things. It's nice. It's a good tripod, and it comes with a rifle stand that you would connect straight to it, so you can just do your sighting in, or you can use it. You can actually use it in the field if you're going to be prone or whatnot, or if you have something to lean on. It's a good tripod. Back to the lantern. This lantern has, I think it has 5 lumens minimum, 300 lumens max. It runs on, I think, 60 hours runtime. There we go. Here's your stats if you want to take a look at those. You can pause this and have a field day with this business. The cool thing about this light is that it has a warm setting that is, I think, 2000 to 2100 K, and then it has a white light that is 5000 to, I think, 5500 K. But the warm setting is nice. Puts out this real nice amber glow. And it gives it that real vintage look. You almost feel like it's going to be hot in your hands because this has a real fiery look to it. And it's really nice when you take it out at night and get it out there. It has a real nice amber glow. Just a real pleasant ambiance. So if you're sitting out there and you're stargazing, or you just want just enough light where it's not overpowering, this setting is really nice. And you can punch it on up to the white setting, which is pretty bright. I mean, this is more light than you're probably going to want out there. I mean, you probably want to turn it down a bit. I usually run it around right here, but it does get brighter, you know. But anyway, you can hang it from you can hang it inside your tent. It's got this carabiner on it right here. And I think this is cast aluminum, or it's metallic of some kind. If it's plastic, it's super heavy duty plastic, but I don't think it is. I think it's some type of cast aluminum. You have your switch on top here that goes from between your modes on and off. You can actually lock it. If you do it 2 times, you'll feel it vibrate and then it's locked. Then you can unlock it by doing it 2 times and it'll come on. So twice to lock, twice to unlock. So you can turn it off. You can feel it vibrate and it won't accidentally come on. Do it twice and it'll come on. Very handy. That's a handy feature. That way it doesn't accidentally come on you. And you don't want to lose your battery power that way. Well, if you're in the market for a lantern, this is an outstanding vintage option. I mean, there are better lights out there for sure. I mean, you can get all kinds of lights out that can outperform this thing. But this thing has a really cool feel. It's all pros and no cons. Well, if I had to say there was one con, I would say that it's the weight. I think this thing is like 15 ounces, 14.64 ounces, or 415 grams if you're into the gram situation. So that's really the only con I can think of, is that it's kind of bulky, kind of heavy. But if you're into that vintage feel and you really like the throwback of it, the weight is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of nice. It feels very strong, very sturdy. Well, I want to thank you for spending time with me. I wanted to share this with you and let you know that this is one of the lights that we carry when we go camping, just because it has the atmosphere. It's just very fun to have with us. Now, if you're backpacking an ultralight, you're not going to want this. But if you're bombing around and you got the space for it, like the other day we went out camping and we had the ATVs with us, so no problem. We carry these all the time. So you get like 3 or 4 of these in the campsite, and it's just a very, very cool vibe. I think you'll like it. Now, if you enjoyed this video, if you got any information from it, if you have any questions for me, throw them in the comments. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you to all my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. It can truly, truly be a life-changing thing for me. And thank you very much. If you don't want to subscribe, just thank you for watching my video. And I hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon. This is 1111 Outdoors.